New Jersey, 30 years of age. He is 22, 3-1. Earlier today, I talked with Tony Thorton, and I asked him about his last fight. He fought in Atlantic City against Hector Rosario.
Tony, we saw you in Atlantic City back in September against Hector Rosario. You got a win, but what were your impressions from that fight? Were you pleased with your effort?
I was pleased. Anytime you get a win, you're pleased, but not exactly totally satisfied with the performance itself.
What did you want to do more of in the ring that you didn't do that night, and what do you want to do tonight?
Well, if I'd have gone with the vicious body assault, I think I would have stopped him early, but I didn't throw too many body shots, and the ones that I threw weren't with bad intent, I was just satisfied with hitting him with the jab and just letting the fight go my way.
How much do you know about your opponent tonight?
I've watched tape of him fighting Robert Hines. He did a decent job, but he wasn't overly impressive, and I figured I should stop him in about 3.
Do you feel if you just go out and fight your type of fight that you'll have no trouble with him?
No trouble whatsoever. The vicious body assault should render him helpless, sometime around the 2nd, 3rd round.
Tony Thornton, earlier today at the weigh-in, he will be taking on Ismael Negron in a 10-round middleweight bout. Here on the Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour. Glad you can join us. Bob Papa along with Bobby Ches from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania Hall at the Civic Center. And the punching postman leaves his dressing room and starts the short jog to the ring. November 8th of 1959, Tony Thornton. And here is the tail of the tape for tonight's first bout of the evening. And you can see Thornton a little bit heavier, Bobby Ches, 4 pounds heavier than Negron. Will that have any factor? The age, obviously, also a key.
Well, I know that Negron is natural 154. I've seen him make 47, so he's moving up a little bit. I hope it's not from laziness. I hope he's moved up properly.
And here are the rules in the state of Pennsylvania. According to the Boxing Commission, 5-point must system scored by 3 judges, non-scoring referees, standing 8 count is in effect. Referee and doctor have the authority to stop the bout at any time. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round, and there is no butt rule in the state of Pennsylvania. If a fighter is stopped by a cut, he loses the fight. And those are the rules in the state of Pennsylvania. Ismael Negron against Tony Thornton. Now here with the introductions, Hank Krupinski.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pulse Boxing Promotions, in association with Sideman Productions and Main Event Monitor, present Sports Channel America's Pro Boxing Tour. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Hall at the Philadelphia Civic Center and Mildred's Homecoming. Tonight's program is approved and supervised by the Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission, the Honorable Howard McCall, Chairman. The officials assigned this evening, the physicians in attendance at ringside, Dr. Louis Vandy Beek and Dr. Floyd Carson. The timekeeper, Tony Stenza. Serving as judges, Paul Harris, Guy Richardson, and Ron Greenlee. And the referee in the ring at the present time, Tommy Reed. This contest, 10 rounds of boxing in the middleweight division. Introducing in the red corner, he's wearing black trunks with gold trim. He weighs 160 pounds. From Newark, New Jersey, with a professional record of 13 wins, 5 losses, 1 defeat with 7 knockouts. Let's welcome Ismael Mongoose Negron. And his opponent in the blue corner. He's wearing blue trunks with white trim. He weighs 164 pounds. From Glassboro, New Jersey, with a professional record of 22 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and 18 knockouts. Let's welcome the former USBA middleweight champion, Tony the Punch and Postman Thornton.
I want you fellas to keep your punches up. If you get knocked down, I got to give you 8 count. 3 knockdowns, 1 round, I got to stop the fight. If you get knocked down, the bell, the count continue unless you get up for the last round. And when I tell you fellas, keep your punches up, keep them up, protect yourself at all times. Shake hands now, give me a good clean fight.
Our first bout of the evening, 10 rounds of the middleweight division. Tony Thornton against Ismael Negron. Thornton will be wearing the blue trunks, Negron the dark trunks, the black trunks with the yellow trim.
Well, Thornton said he was going to come out and work the body and the head early, and he went right to Negron, but as I told you can catch Negron on a good day. He works hard.
Thornton told me earlier today, he says enough of going the distance, enough of this distance stuff. He says he wants to get back to digging at the body, and he wants to show people that those 18 knockouts aren't a fluke.
Yeah, he felt a little awkward going the distance. He said he felt very mechanical. He couldn't really get on track, and especially the loss of his title really mentally sidetracked him.
Well, in Thornton's last fight right here on the Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tours, he stuns Negron. He went the distance with Hector Rosario. Negron has knocked out Hector Rosario, although it was back in 1987.
Negron has tapered off a little bit. He came out, he started real well earlier in his career, but now he's being susceptible to shots that normally he wouldn't get hit with, and he isn't as resilient as he used to be.
Give your punches up.
1 minute gone by in round number 1. Negron has not fought since December of 1987. He lost a 10-round decision to Steve Little. His last win was 2 years ago tonight, November 20th of 1987 in Atlantic City. He knocked out Charles Allen in round 2.
Well, I'm sure he's looking for a little deja vu, but Tony Thornton has some different ideas. Slowed down a little bit. They came out winning. Now he's settled into working off the ropes a lot.
Midway point of round number 1. Left by Thornton. Negron answers back.
Thornton said he was going to go straight to the body, and doing exactly that, ripping uppercuts and coming up to the head. Negron's not fighting back enough. He's not countering the shots. He's not blocking it. Going back. He's just taking big shots on the ropes.
And Thornton scoring. But he's missing now when it had a chance to finish his man off, or at least really hurt him.
Well, I don't think he's strong at this weight, Negron. I think he's better off at 154, and on top of that, he's giving away another 4 pounds because Thornton came in over the limit, so it doesn't look like he can deal with the weight just yet.
Thornton celebrated his 30th birthday 12 days ago. Very important fight for him.
Sorry, he told me he hadn't actually turned pro till he was 23. Very late starter. And he got rocked with a right hand now.
Well, you mentioned Negron can hurt you, and he rocked Thornton a bit. Good action here in round number 1. The final seconds of round number 1. We'll be back following this word from Sony. And Thornton goes down to end round number 1. Interesting turn of events, Bobby Chad.
I told you if he came to fight and he put it together, he can punch. He's a rugged individual. It will be real interesting to see how Thornton comes out the next round.
Yeah, I got it. You okay? You feel all right? Yeah. All right, now let's go to work. We can get rid of this guy.
And right near the end of round number 1, Tony Thornton hits the deck.
Well, it's a counter right hand over the top. He dropped his left hand right on the button. I said, Negron can punch if he catches it.
Here's another angle of it. He hits him flush.
Clean, straight right hand and right on the chin.
starts this down round number 2.
It'll be real interesting to see how Thornton attacks this situation now. Does he sit back and wait for Negron, or is he fully recovered and can he get back on track, digging the body? Also, Negron's going to look to load up the right hand.
Now let's see if Thornton is a little gun-shy after being rocked by Negron.
Already you can see Negron, he's just lining him up for the right hand, but at the same time, he's leaving himself open for counter punches.
Round number 2 scheduled for 10.
With this type of infighting, this type of heavy punching, it'll be interesting to see how the weight difference and the moving up from Negron, how he holds up with this kind of pace.
Minute gone by in round 2.
They're certainly not saving a lot on some of those punches. They're letting some big punches fly early inside.
Well, Thornton scored with a pair. Now he moves off the ropes. But missing the mark.
Negron I can see in his eyes, he's waiting for that right hand over the top, but he keeps stepping back before he throws, which is taking a little off it. Thornton's pushing him back. Again, the stronger of the two.
And the mouthpiece falling out of the mouth of Negron. He tries to put it back in, and successfully does.
That's a dangerous thing when you start to play with the mouthpiece. You get hit with another shot and your jaw's broken.
Now Thornton scoring at will.
Big right hand's now working for the opposite man. Thornton landing at will with the right hand.
Negron on borrowed time. Can Thornton finish him?
I'd be very surprised if Negron could come back from this. He has no legs left right now whatsoever. He is in big trouble, and I don't think Thornton's going to let him out of there.
Final 30 seconds of round 2. Another good shot by Thornton. Referee Tommy Reed taking a close look.
Come on, punch your way out. Punch your way out. Come on, keep punching. Keep punching.
We come to the end of round number 2.
Since nearly every home has a VCR, Sony thought it was time for the VCR to leave home.
Come on, Louie. Here she comes.
So we had 2 choices. One of them we do not recommend you attempt on your own. The other we recommend for everyone. It's the Sony Video Walkman, an amazing portable VCR that records and plays back anything, anywhere, including pre-recorded movies on a built-in TV screen. The Sony Video Walkman, because video is too valuable to be left at home.
Sports Channel presents the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Blue Hose and the defending national champions have met the challenges of Michigan, USC, and other top college football teams and have won every time. Tony Rice, Ricky Waters, and Rocket Raghib Ismael propel the offense of the most dangerous football team in America. The Irish aim for their 24th consecutive victory when they invade the Orange Bowl for a war with the Canes. It's Notre Dame versus Miami. 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on Sports Channel, Saturday.
Bobby Ches, after Thornton was knocked down in round 1, he comes back with vengeance in round 2.
Well, he said he was serious and he wanted to have a knockout in the second, third round. He came back with big right hands over the top and nearly had the fight stopped in the second round.
Well, we start round number 3, and I tell you what, though, there have been some questions about Thornton lately being able to finish. And right there, he had Negron on borrowed time and couldn't put him away.
I was surprised that Ismael was able to stay up and that Thornton didn't finish him. He looked like it was all but over. And I don't really think that the weight, I do think that the weight is going to be a factor in this fight. I don't think Negron could function as a middleweight as well as he needs to.
Especially since he hasn't fought in 2 years. But he can hurt Thornton, and we saw Thornton go down in round 1.
Well, he's been off for a couple years. That's 1, 2. He's come back at a weight he's not comfortable. I don't know if he can come back from that much abuse and that much punishment that early in the fight to stay with a guy like Thornton who has a reputation for being there and not going anywhere.
Well, took another left right to the head. did Negron. Born in San Juan, Puerto Rico in 1966. 23 years of age is Ismael Negron. He's out of Newark.
Going back 2 or 3 years, I think he would have been a little better off. Again, then he was only 154 pounds, but his resilience was better.
We were told that he had problems with his hands. That kept him from fighting.
Well, most good punchers have problems at one time or another with their hands. I've had surgery and broken knuckles many times. That's something you have to deal with in the gym. And right now, he doesn't use his legs at all. I don't think the legs are under him, and he's not getting his head out of the way.
Let's see if Thornton can make the most of those opportunities.
Thornton slowed a little bit now as well. You know, he threw a lot of big punches trying to get him out of there, so he's trying to pace himself, make sure he doesn't do anything silly.
Good combination by Thornton. This is scheduled for 10 in the middleweight division.
Two years ago, Negron would roll under that right hand and fire. Now, he's just absorbing it and walking backwards.
We're not seeing Thornton dig to the body like he told us. He's going strictly for the head.
Well, in the first round, he started out the body, then he got hurt, and he went head hunting and was successful. So that's going to stay in his mind, and he's probably going to continue with the head for a while.
Under 30 seconds to go in round number 3. Scheduled for 10. Thornton went down in round 1. Negron seriously hurt in round number 2. We now pause for a regional break. 7 more rounds to go between Thornton and Negron on the Sports Channel Pro Boxing Tour.
ESPN is your ticket to Sunday night NFL when the Jets and Colts go head-to-head. The Jets are ready for takeoff in this heated battle between AFC East rivals. Explosive Eric Dickerson jockeys the young Colts for their frenzied run down the stretch. Mike Patrick and Joe Theismann bring you the head-to-head action when the Jets battle the Colts on Sunday night NFL at 8 Eastern, live on ESPN.
As a businessman, you demand excellence from the people you do business with. You want quality products, outstanding service, and professional people. That's why you chose Altoff for your commercial heating and air conditioning needs. As a homeowner, you expect nothing less. That's why Altoff is the obvious choice for your home heating and air conditioning.
Civic Center in Philadelphia. Tom Papa along with Bobby Chance. We start round number 4 of our scheduled 10-round bout. The punching postman, Tony Thornton in the blue. Ismael Negron in the dark trunks with the yellow trim.
Ismael's taking too many punches flush, even the jabs. He's eating every one. He's not moving his head. I really don't think he has enough left, although he can whack with the right hand. I don't think he has enough left for a chance here, and Thornton just building up too much momentum.
Good right by Thornton.
As we spoke with him earlier, Thornton said he was intent on getting a knockout, 2nd or 3rd round. Here we are into the 4th. I think he's closer than he might think he is.
He told us round number 3 in our interview.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Now we see some blood trickling off the head of Negron behind the left ear.
Don't lay there, don't lay there. Do something to get out.
There also seems to be a cut on Thornton's left eye, unless that's blood coming off Negron.
It might be the way they line up. Thornton's head to the left of Negron.
If you want to see the movie Cuffs
See, even
on
there,
TV,
you know, his best left hook,
Showtime.
Thornton was flying. Negron has lost most of what he had when he started this fight.
Missing wildly.
The combination of the pace, the weight, and the clean punches he's absorbed, I don't think he has enough left, but you can never count out a punch until the fight is done.
Now, there might even be a nick on the top of the head of Negron. That would obviously be from a butt.
Well, I believe Thornton is cut around the left eye, and I see some swelling too, unless my vision's gone bad as well.
Workmanlike effort from both of these fighters. They just dig away here in round number 4. Thornton has had the better of the action, but he did go down in round 1.
I think he just got hurt with that body shot, too. I think that really hurt him.
There was a body shot that hurt him. Seconds left in round 4.
Honestly, I didn't think Negron had this much left. He's showing some of the resilience that I've seen from him in the gym years ago.
Referee Tommy Reed separates the fighters and warns them about a possible butt. Final 10 seconds here in round number 4. Scheduled for 10, Thornton against Negron.
If you want to see the movie Cocktail on TV this fall, Showtime has it. HBO doesn't. Showtime also has Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. HBO doesn't. Showtime has Red Heat. My Stepmother is an Alien. HBO doesn't. The fact is, only Showtime has exclusive rights to these and lots of other top box office